Hello everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel Learning Pharmacy with Dr. Radhika Bhaskar. Please do subscribe my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. The topic for today's discussion is manufacture of granules or granulation techniques. The manufacturing of granulations for tablet compression may follow one or a combination of following established method. See from this slide, we'll understand the need of the granulation technique. First of all, for the tablet compression, we need to have a powder mixture. This powder mixture is a blend of drug and excipients. If this powder mixture has good flow, a uniform flow, we'll directly go for the compression of this powder mixture into the tablets. We don't need to use any granulation technique. But if the blend does not have the good flow or the uniform flow, we need to go for the granulation techniques. Now these granulation techniques are of two types. First one is the compression granulation or dry compaction, and the second one is the wet granulation. We'll study all these techniques in detail in the coming slides. Starting with the direct compression method, this method involves the simply mixing of powder mixture and compressing it into tablets. Now there are certain substances which are crystalline in nature, for example sodium chloride and potassium chloride. The property of these substances are they are directly compressible substances. We can directly compress them into tablets, but the problem comes with these substances are अगर हम इनको singly compress करते हैं tablet में तो they have the disintegration issue. अगर ये body में disintegrate नहीं होंगे means if they won't get break down into smaller particles तो उनका effect body में नहीं आ पाएगा. तो इनका solution क्या है? We need to add certain excipients with them which must have certain characters like good flow, compressibility, inert, able to disintegrate and inexpensive. So the process advantages are lesser number of unit operations are required. There are only 2 unit operation involved in direct compression method, that is mixing and compression. Less time required for process completion. Unit operation कम है तो process completion भी fast होगा. Neither solvent nor heat is required. And finally, less laborious and better controlled process. The disadvantages of this technique is the first one, when there is a differences in the particle size and bulk density between drug and diluent, it may lead to the stratification within the granules of the drug and diluent, which lead to the problem of poor content uniformity, especially in case of low dose drug. Secondly, a large dose drug with poor compressibility. ऐसी drugs जिनकी poor compressibility होती है, they actually require the diluent in the more amount ताकि वो easily compressible हो जाए. अब इसके साथ problems क्या रहती हैं? एक तो आपकी जो tablet है it becomes expensive. Secondly, क्योंकि diluent भी ज़्यादा है, drug भी ज़्यादा है, तो tablet का size increase हो जाता है, which is actually difficult to swallow. Thirdly, if the diluents are not inert, जो diluents की अपनी कुछ properties रहती हैं, जैसे कि अगर lactose को amine के साथ हम compress करेंगे तो it has a problem of giving yellowish discoloration to the tablet. तो ऐसे substances को हम directly compress नहीं कर सकते हैं. Finally, due to the dry nature of direct compression, there might be chances of developing the static charges during the screening and mixing process, which may lead to the prevention of uniform distribution of drug in the tablet blend. The second major technique is the granulation technique, in which firstly we'll cover the compression granulation or the dry compaction. In this method, it is used when the dose of the drug is too high for direct compaction and the drug is sensitive to heat, moisture or both, which is actually included in wet granulation process. अब इस टेक्निक के हमारे स्टेप्स क्या रहते हैं? The first step is the slugging. Slugging क्या होता है? जो आपका initial blend होता है आपके powders का. Initial blend मतलब the blend of drug and excipient that is actually forced into the die of large capacity tablet press and compacted by means of a flat faced punches. अब इससे जो हमें compact masses मिलते हैं उसे हम कहते हैं हमारे slugs. ये slugs जो होते हैं इनको हम फर्दर स्क्रीन करते हैं या मिल करते हैं टू प्रोड्यूस अ ग्रैनुलर फॉर्म ऑफ टैबलेटिंग मटेरियल. ये जो टैबलेटिंग मटेरियल जो ग्रैनुल्स हमें मिले हैं दे एक्चुअली हैव अ मोर यूनिफॉर्म फ्लो देन द ओरिजिनल पाउडर मिक्सचर. और फर्दर इन ग्रैन्यूल्स को हम कंप्रेस कर देते हैं हमारी टैबलेट्स के अंदर। अगर हमें लगता है कि हमारे ग्रैन्यूल्स की डिजायर्ड ग्रैनुलर प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है, तो द स्लगिंग कैन बी रिपीटेड अगेन एंड अगेन फॉलोड विद द स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस। Now, as far as the small scale production of dry granules is concerned, slugging method is more than sufficient and efficient. But when we talk about the large scale production, we need to have a specially designed machine called roller compactor, which is capable of producing 500 kg per hour ribbon like material. Now, what is the construction of this roller compactor? This roller compactor, as itself the name is suggest, it consists of two rollers. These rollers actually move towards each other. ये दो रोलर्स हैं, ये दोनों एक दूसरे की तरफ मूव करते हैं. There is a hydraulic ram which exert force on these two rollers, due to which they actually move towards each other and exert a fixed amount of pressure on the powder material which is passing through these two rollers. The system actually consists of screw conveyor system. इसके अंदर दो स्क्रू कन्वेयर सिस्टम्स होते हैं. फर्स्ट वन इज दी हॉरिजॉन्टल फीड स्क्रू एंड अदर वन इज दी वर्टिकल फीड स्क्रू. इनका काम क्या होता है? ये आपका मटेरियल, पाउडर मटेरियल हॉपर से आपके रोलर तक को फ्लो करवाते हैं. देयर शुड बी अ यूनिफॉर्म फ्लो फ्रॉम दी हॉपर टू दी रोलर्स, ताकि बीच में कुछ भी इनके अंदर हर्डल्स ना रहे, कुछ भी लम्स फॉर्मेशन ना हो. ठीक. नेक्स्ट, जब आपके मटेरियल जो है वो आपका पाउडर मटेरियल आपके हॉपर से रोलर्स तक आता है, तो वो आपके इस रोलर्स के थ्रू कॉम्पैक्ट हो जाता है इनटू द रिबन लाइक कॉम्पैक्टेड मास, एंड फाइनली दिस कॉम्पैक्टेड मास मूव ऑन टू द ग्रैनुलेटर वेयर इट गेट स्क्रीन्ड इनटू द फाइन ग्रैन्यूल्स. अगर आपके जो ग्रैन्यूल्स आपको मिले हैं, अगर वो आपके डिजायर्ड साइज के हैं, देन वी कलेक्ट देम एज अ फिनिश प्रोडक्ट. अदरवाइज द ओवर साइज एंड अंडर साइज ग्रैन्यूल्स विल गो अगेन टू द recycle for repetition of the same cycle. The compaction force of the roller compactor is controlled by three variables. First one is the hydraulic pressure exerted on the compaction roll. Second one is the rotational speed of the compaction rolls, and finally the rotational speed of the feed screw. In the last slide, we have studied about the working or construction of the roller compactor. In this, we'll see the functioning of the different parts of roller compactor. The first part is the feed screw. There are two type of feed screw. First one is the horizontal feed screw and second one is the vertical feed screw. The function of horizontal feed screw is to constantly pass the powder from the hopper to the vertical screw, and the function of vertical screw is to pass the powder from the horizontal screw to the rollers of the compactor. The another function of vertical screw is to deaerate the powder. There might be chances that आपके पाउडर आपके हॉरिजॉन्टल स्क्रू से आपके रोलर कॉम्पैक्टर तक आ रहे हैं, तो वहाँ पे पाउडर के अंदर एयर एंट्रैपमेंट के चांसेस हो सकते हैं. सो टू deaerate the powder, vertical screw help in the process. Another one is next part is the compaction rolls. The speed of the compaction roll will decide the pressure dwell time of the powder mixture. Now what is this pressure dwell time? कितनी देर के लिए आपका पाउडर मिक्सचर आपके दोनों रोलर के बीच में रहता है, स्टे करता है, दैट इज द प्रेशर ड्वेल टाइम. मतलब ड्वेल टाइम उसे हम कहते हैं. तो जितना ज्यादा आपका ड्वेल टाइम होगा उतना ज्यादा आपके पाउडर मिक्सचर के ऊपर प्रेशर एक्सर्ट होगा, और दैट विल डिसाइड द हार्डनेस ऑफ द कॉम्पैक्टेड मास. तो इसके लिए हमें इन दोनों, हमारे जो दो मेन पार्ट्स है, दैट इज द रोलर्स एंड द फीड स्क्रू, इन दोनों के बीच में हमें स्पीड, दोनों की स्पीड के बीच में हमें ऑप्टिमाइजेशन डेवलप करना जरूरी है. मान लीजिए अगर हमारे फीड स्क्रू की स्पीड जो है वो फास्ट है, वेयर एज दिस रोटेशनल स्पीड ऑफ रोलर कॉम्पैक्टर इज स्लो, तो इट लीड टू द ओवर क्राउडिंग ऑफ द पाउडर मिक्सचर ऑन द रोलर्स. यहाँ पे अगर आपके पाउडर मिक्सचर यहाँ पे बहुत देर के लिए स्टे करेगा, तो उससे क्या होगा, यहाँ पे आपकी चोकिंग होने लगेगी. तो इस कंडीशन को अवॉइड करने के लिए हमें हमारी स्पीड इस तरीके से मेंटेन करनी है कि हमारा कांस्टेंट फ्लो बना रहे हमारे फीड स्क्रू से रोलर्स के अंदर, एंड देयर शुड बी दी कांस्टेंट रिलीज ऑफ द कॉम्पैक्टेड मास फ्रॉम द रोलर्स. जो आपके कॉम्पैक्टेड मास यहाँ फॉर्म हुए हैं, दैट गोज टू द मिलर एंड गेट ब्रेक डाउन इनटू द ग्रैन्यूल्स. दीज ग्रैन्यूल्स विल गेट स्क्रीन्ड थ्रू द sieve. After sieving, we get the granules of the desired size and the desired flow property. Here we'll compare both the methods for dry compaction, in which first method is the roller compaction method and second one is the slugging method. In roller compaction method, the powder blend passes from the hopper to the roller compactors and get converted into the compact mass or flakes. These flakes are then milled and sized into the granules of the desired size. Whereas in case of slugging, the powder blend goes to the compression machine and get converted to the slugs. These slugs are actually the tablet of bigger size and harder in nature. These slugs are then milled and sized into the granules of the desired size. Then these granules are compressed finally into the tablets. Now there are certain advantages of roller compactor over slugging process. First one is the increased production capacity. Second, greater control of compaction pressure and dwell time. And there is no need for excessive lubrication of powder. Another technique for granulation is the wet granulation method. It is a process of forming granules by adding granulating liquid. Now this granulating liquid could either be a solution, suspension or slurry, which is to be added to the powder mixture. नाउ अब हमें इस ग्रेनुलेटिंग लिक्विड को कितने अमाउंट में ऐड करना है हमारे पाउडर ब्लेंड में, उतना ही जिससे हमारा पाउडर ब्लेंड जो है वो मॉइस्ट हो जाए रादर देन फॉर्मिंग अ वेट और पेस्टी मास. सो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ लिमिट टू द अमाउंट ऑफ सॉल्वेंट दैट इज टू बी एडेड टू द पाउडर ब्लेंड. Now with the help of this diagram we'll study the different stages, जिसमें कि हम देखते हैं कि जैसे जैसे हमारा ग्रेनुलेटिंग लिक्विड हमारे ड्राई पाउडर में ऐड करते हैं कैसे हमारा पाउडर जो है वो मॉइस्ट ग्रैन्युल्स की फॉर्म में चेंज होता जाता है. See, this is the first stage, that is the stage of a dry powder. At this stage there is no granulating liquid into the powder blend. Now when we start adding the granulating liquid to the powder blend, there is a formation of the layer of the liquid on the surface of the particles. See, as you can see these light blue colored lines, this is actually the liquid bridges between the particles. At this stage there is a low mechanical strength among the particles, and the stage is called as pendular state. But as further when we start adding more liquid to the powder, these bridges start increasing. देख रहे हैं आप, आपकी जो ये लाइंस थी, ब्लू लाइंस थी, ज़्यादा प्रोमिनेंट होती जा रही हैं, जो कि आपकी लिक्विड ग्रेनुलेटिंग लिक्विड्स की हैं. At this stage there is a modest increase in the strength of the moist granules. Further जैसे हमारे लिक्विड का कंटेंट हम इंक्रीज करते हैं and the mass is needed to bring the particles closer, the void spaces between the granules are getting eliminated. और ये spaces कौन ले रहा है? हमारा granulating liquid. इस state को हम कहते हैं capillary state. Further the addition of the liquid result in the droplet formation, in which the particles are still held together by the surface tension. So this is the stage, these are the stages which we generally see during the wet granulation process, from the dry powder to the droplet formation. This wet granulation method forms the granules by binding the powders together with an adhesive instead of by the compaction method. Now there are various steps involved in the wet granulation method, in which the first one is the preparation of the binder. This binder preparation could either be a solution, suspension or a slurry containing a binder. The second step is the addition of this binder solution into the powder mixture and mixing and kneading of the powder mixture and the binder solution. This lead to the formation of a moist mass rather than a wet or a pasty mass. Now this mixing or kneading may take the time of about 15 minutes to 1 hour for completion, as it depends upon the wetting property of the powder mixture and the granulating liquid, and also upon the efficiency of the mixer. Now next step is the determining the end point of the granulation process. अब ये end point कैसे determine करेंगे हम? ये जो हमारा moist mass बना है इसको हम रखेंगे हमारी palm के ऊपर and we'll apply the pressure over the portion of the moist mass. और अगर आपकी ये moist mass जो है ये crumble हो जाता है, टूट जाता है while applying the moderate pressure over the palm, इसका मतलब हमारा granulation जो method है वो यहाँ पे complete हो चुका है. Further granulating liquid add करने की हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है. Further is the वेट मिलिंग मतलब ये जो हमारा ग्रेनुलेटिंग मास हमें मिला है, मॉइस्ट मास हमें मिला है, इसकी हम वेट मिलिंग करेंगे। वेट कंडीशन में ही इसको हम पास करेंगे हमारे हैमर मिल से या फिर ऑसिलेटिंग ग्रेनुलेटर से, जिसके अंदर हमारे लार्जर पोर साइज की स्क्रीन्स लगी होती है जो हमारे मॉइस्ट मास को बिगर साइज ग्रेनुल्स में ब्रेक कर देता है। नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज द ड्राइंग। ये जो हमें हमारे वेट ग्रैनुल्स, बिगर साइज ग्रैनुल्स मिले हैं, इसको हम ड्राई करेंगे। एंड ये ड्राई क्यों करेंगे, ताकि जो हमारा एक्स्ट्रा सॉल्वेंट है हमारे इन मॉइस्ट ग्रैनुल्स में से वो सारा इवेपोरेट हो जाए, एंड टू रिड्यूस द मॉइस्चर कंटेंट टू द ऑप्टिमम लेवल विद इन द ग्रैनुल्स। नेक्स्ट इज द मिलिंग। अब हमारे जो हमें ग्रैनुल्स मिले थे वो बिगर साइज के थे, जो हमारा रिक्वायर्ड साइज हमें हमारे ग्रैनुल्स का चाहिए उनको हम मिल करेंगे आफ्टर ड्राइंग थ्रू दी रिक्वायर्ड स्क्रीन। जितनी भी स्क्रीन साइज के हमें ग्रैनुल्स चाहिए उससे हम उन स्क्रीन से हम इसको सीव कर देंगे। फर्दर जो ग्रैनुल्स हमें मिले हैं इनकी हम ल्यूब्रिकेशन करेंगे यूजिंग सुटेबल ल्यूब्रिकेंट्स। नाउ these granules, this blend is ready for the compression into the tablets. There are various granulators which help in the wet granulation press process, such as rapid mixer granulator. See, this is how the rapid mixer granulator looks like. It consists of a impeller which help in the mixing of the binder solution to the powder mix. The speed of this impeller is the 50 to 100 rpm. This is a spray nozzle through which we spray the binder solution over the powder blend. See, there is a chopper which help in breaking the wet masses into the granules. The speed of chopper is 1500 to 4000 rpm. In the single equipment, we can perform various processes required during the wet granulation, that is mixing, massing, chopping and granulating. This process require lesser time and lesser amount of binder solution. The overwetting of granules may takes place and lead to the formation of lumps in the granules, which are even difficult to get breakdown through the chopper. Monitoring is required at the time of process end and during the scale up. There are certain factors which are to be considered, such as impeller speed, binder volume, granulation time, depending upon the impeller speed. Next is the diasoda mixer or granulator. It is a high-speed powder mixer and processor. It consists of a bowl. See, this is a bowl and a high-speed mixer blade with a high-speed chopper blade, a pneumatic discharge port, a lid, and an ammeter. The time sequences for the use of diasoda mixer are as follows. It takes only 2 minutes or less for the mixing of the powder blend. Then the granulation time is sufficient for 8 minutes or less. And it takes only 1 minute to discharge the granules when the pneumatic discharge system is in place. Apart from the rapid mixer granulator, this fluid bed processor is one of the modern technique for the wet granulation process. This technique involves the suspending particulates in the air stream. These particulates are the particles of the powder blend, and this is suspending with the help of the inlet air through this port. Now we are spraying the binder solution with the help of the nozzle through this. Now the particles which are coming in contact with the binder solution are getting slightly wet and become tacky. And these tacky particles collide with other particles and adhere to them to form granules. With this, we are end with our topic of discussion. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and do share my videos. Thank you.